Hey, welcome to Retail's Revolution with myself, Victoria, and Richard.
Today's story is about live stream shopping and Taobao, this craze that's going on in China, where actually 20% of all online shopping in 2020 is going to be through live stream shopping. Today we're going to deep dive into this. We're going to talk about why this is such a huge craze and also how you can gain advantages from this with your business. So let's dive in.
An example that we found in China was that Kim Kardashian made a surprise appearance on one of these live stream shopping channels.
Taobao.
Taobao. And for 15 minutes, and she sold out 15,000 bottles of her perfume. Which is quite an extreme example of
15,000 bottles in 15 minutes. That's almost 17. I did my calculation. It's like almost 17 bottles a second.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. But what is it? Is it something new? I don't think so. I mean, I've seen this before, Victoria.
Where did you see it, Richard? Yeah. Tell us your ancient story from the past.
I will. Words of wisdom. No, this is actually TV shop, but with a layer of gamification added onto it. TV shop was something that was, well, it still is quite big, but it's basically some people, some half celebrities selling stuff on TV, and you just call in and buy stuff. This is almost the same, but it's with a layer of gamification and community onto that. So it's about something going on here and now, which is the magic of all this.
And that's what we called FOMO.
Yeah, but
Fear
let's
of missing
ask
out.
our expert in this area, Pachish, who will please explain this concept. So, welcome, Pachish.
चाइना की सबसे बड़ी ई-कॉमर्स कंपनीज ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग को एक अलग लेवल पर ऑलरेडी लेकर जा चुकी हैं। Taobao, जो चाइना की सबसे बड़ी इंटरनेट और ई-कॉमर्स कंपनीज में से एक है, उनके प्लेटफॉर्म पर आज लोग दिन रात व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ रिटेल, बड़े बड़े शॉपिंग मॉल्स, बड़े बड़े स्टोर्स, करोड़ों ब्रांड्स जो दिन रात आपकी अटेंशन ग्रैब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। आखिर इन सब का फ्यूचर क्या है? क्या आने वाले कुछ सालों में ये सारे मॉल्स, सारे रिटेल स्टोर्स बंद हो जाएंगे?
So, I mean, sorry retail, but let's go back to that. Maybe there are also opportunities with this. So, what's the deal with this? Well,
as we discussed, it was that it's fueled on something that I would call FOMO, so the fear of missing out and the feeling that something is just here and now, and this is the only time you can buy, get it, experience, whatever it is that someone is selling.
So it's the moment that it's now, it's live. So Kim Kardashian, this was just this moment you had to buy these bottles. That's why that's called sort of a scarcity psychology. Is that the same thing as, what did you call it?
FOMO.
FOMO.
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay, cool. It's like what my mother, she has, words of wisdom. I love my mother very much. She's taught me many things. And one of the words of wisdom was, you only regret the stuff you didn't buy. Is that a bit like that?
I don't know. I think there's also something called JOMO, which is the joy of missing out. So sometimes there could be an intense relief of not having to be involved in certain action things or situations or having to buy certain things. So I don't know if I agree with your mother, but yeah.
I think there's a lot of people who've had FOMO during the pandemic. They have been so bored. I think that is why this Taobao is growing so much. People are bored. They get in a bubble. They buy strange things. Come out of the pandemic with things they didn't expect. Maybe it doesn't look so good. I mean, I'm thinking about religion. I mean, these outfits you wear in different religions.
Sure. That's what you bought during the pandemic?
No, but I'm thinking, how did they come up? How did you come up with some of these things? Like the Pope, for example, how he's dressed.
you got jealous and you wanted to buy a fancy hat, and then you're like, this is what I'm buying during the pandemic.
A pandemic kind of moment when someone just thought, this looks like the super outfit.
On Taobao, yeah, live shopping, the Pope's outfit.
Yeah.
Richard is at home, he sits on the sofa, he's like, Taobao.
And I just come out of the pandemic with this, what the...
It was the FOMO.
Yeah.
He blames it on the FOMO.
That would be FOMO to me, if I didn't buy it.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's dream into the future. What kind of advantage can we gain from this? And what tips can we help people with? Well, one thing, today, if you look at shopping in e-commerce, it's been very much sort of an individual experience. You're sitting by yourself, clicking on stuff, buying it in your shopping cart. But if you think about tomorrow, it's going to be like co-shopping and co-shopping parties. Shopping is going to be a social event again.
A virtual social event where you meet your friends and you go shopping together online.
Exactly
virtually.
like you did in the shopping malls. But now it's in sort of
virtual reality.
Yes. So I think it's going to go back to that I call it sort of like the digital bonfire, where it's like you gather around the bonfire, you feel the presence of other people, you interact with them.
You feel the FOMO, and then
maybe.
Everybody buys the stuff they need to buy.
Exactly. And this is also about creating these time-limited scheduled events. So it's here and now to get a feeling of a bonfire that we share something. And one other thing that could happen is let's call it date shopping parties.
Okay.
Where you sort of I don't know, date and shop, shop and date.
Isn't that the same thing?
Maybe, I don't know. So what do you think is, how will stores evolve, Victoria? What do you think will happen with the physical stores?
Well,
how can they gain advantage? What will people need?
Well, you and I discussed this, and one interesting topic that we were just sort of talking about was that we would maybe see the store as your stage. So instead of it having the purpose of buying a lot of their items, it would be sort of a stage where you can go and experience the clothing itself, and also maybe then, I am assuming, filming yourself while you're wearing the items.
So people will sort of become stores in a way.
Yeah, celebrities will become the new stores.
Yeah.
So Kim Kardashian herself is a store.
She doesn't need another store. She is the store. I mean, Kim Kardashian, she's like a mega influencer. She's like
yeah, so it's through the main, the big celebrities you sell most things. Mm-hmm. So it's through, let's say, as the example, Kim Kardashian. She is the new store. Store now is a celebrity. The store, as we think of today, is now a stage where you go and stream and experience the things, or have other micro-influencers appear and try out your stuff.
So they can have a sort of, they
So it's more of a studio. The store becomes a studio.
Like a context around them with branded environments.
Yes.
And stuff like, and it looks good. Good lighting, like we have here.
It's all about lighting.
Yeah. Okay, great. But maybe that sort of sums it up. The new sort of craze, this live streaming craze, Taobao, and new services that will come. And my dear mother, who says that you only regret the stuff you didn't shop. I'm very thankful, my mother, that you don't do this yet. Maybe you'll do it in the future. Who knows what you will come home with that you've found, as you usually say. So.
Well, yeah. Maybe you just have some JOMO instead.
Yeah, I hope so.
Joy of missing out.
Okay, well, that's all for today. So see you next time. Bye-bye.